Good afternoon, I'm Joe Parker.
And I'm Poppy Blaine. Here are your headlines at 4 o'clock.
Jailed. The man who stole a police car and dragged an officer down the road.
How safe do you feel in our city? Why residents claim police budget cuts are compromising their safety.
And the new Titanic is coming to Southampton. But would you want to sail on this unsinkable ship? A Southampton police officer was left injured when a man he was arresting stole his patrol car and dragged him down the road. It happened in the residential area of Chalk Hill.
The 20-year-old had been jailed for a year and 10 months. With us in the studio is Sam Mills. So what's happened exactly?
Well, Poppy, Nathaniel Heamy of Keenston Road had been pulled over for riding a motorcycle without a helmet. He was put in the backseat of PC Tar's unmarked BMW police car when he climbed into the driver's seat whilst PC Tar was out of the car. He took control of the vehicle and drove off, dragging PC Tar along with him. The officer managed to shake himself loose of the moving car, but Mr. Heamy went on to drive the car at speeds of up to 69 miles an hour through residential areas whilst children are returning home from school.
So what charges does he face?
Well, he pleaded guilty to 7 different offences at Southampton Crown Court, including taking a vehicle without consent, escaping from lawful custody, aggravated vehicle taking, assault causing actual bodily harm, dangerous driving, and 2 counts of disqualified driving. He was jailed for a year and 10 months.
Thank you, Sam.
Firefighters say they still don't know what caused a blaze above a betting shop on Shirley High Street. They've launched an investigation to find out how the fire started at the disused flats above Paddy Power early yesterday morning. Emergency services are still at the scene, making the area safe.
The proposed closure of 2 Southampton care homes continues to cause anger amongst unions who claim the government is to blame. Unions have been protesting at the Civic Centre. The closure of Glenlee Care Home and Holcroft House will save the council £1.3 million. They have assured that residents will be rehoused should the plans go ahead.
Residents in Southampton claim police budget cuts have left them feeling less safe.
The former Police and Crime Commissioner for Hampshire says more needs to be done to prevent youths committing crime later in life. Neto Brazil reports.
Seeing a police officer in Southampton is becoming a rare sight. Residents have recently been making complaints that they are not seeing police officers around on the streets compared to last year. According to the latest statistics, Hampshire Police has cut £82 million from its budget in recent years. Southampton residents say how this is affecting them.
There isn't enough. You know, there's so much crime around. And as I said before, my granddaughter works in a shop, gets lots of abuse, lots of threats, knives. There's never enough security guards in shops or police on the street. So yeah, we do need more.
And I feel that there's a lot of sometimes dangerous, especially during the parks and on the areas. So they need to either light up the areas or provide more police officers.
Simon Hayes, the former Hampshire Police Commissioner, says why people are feeling less safe.
That's due largely to cuts in government funding for the constabulary. It's also the case that the type of crime that people experience has changed over the last 25 or 30 years.
Youth Defending Service Manager John Gardner says the police are dealing well with crime and doing what they can.
I said that they have suffered significant resource cuts in recent years, but the processes that they've got in place locally, I think, are as effective as they can be for ensuring that there's a prominent, visible presence where it's needed and priorities are responded to accordingly.
Simon Hayes has a proposed social change that he thinks will reduce crime.
A lot of minor crime, antisocial behaviour, maybe minor drug offences are committed by younger people who do it on the spur of the moment, who don't think about what they do. What they need as a young person who's committing an offence for the first time is actually some guidance and instruction as to why that was not the right choice to make, because otherwise we do know from academic evidence that small offending at a young age can turn into large and even violent offending at an older age, and we need to break that cycle.
I am Neto Brazil, and this is Solent Journalism.
Southampton-based charity Chrysalis has been hosting a vigil to remember those who have lost their lives to transphobic violence in the last year. Statistics from the charity show that 26% of trans people who'd spoken to them had tried to commit suicide.
As part of Alcohol Awareness Week, Southampton City Council is urging people to drink more sensibly.
Councillor David Shields is worried about the problems heavy drinking can cause. Here's Alex Yuladaki with the full story.
Over 600,000 people in the UK are known to have a drinking problem, with over 24,000 deaths related to drink just last year. The charity believes that drinking culture has become a huge part of our lives as we use it to relax, celebrate and socialise. Dave Shields, Cabinet Member for Health and Community Issues, agrees.
Making sure that we promote messages that suggest that people can enjoy life without having to get slaughtered all the time on alcohol or other drugs. So, but also I think that the point I was making just now, there need to be welfare services, mental health support services for people that are having a problem, which might be expressed through excessive use of alcohol or other dangerous substances.
Over 17,000 public health teams, charities and other community groups across the country are taking part in this year's campaign. Student Union President David Cowley says at Solent University there is enough support available for those who need it.
As an advice, I think a lot of the times it's just where to go for it, where to get the advice to then go, and it is out there. And sometimes it's just, can I have a quick quiet chat with somebody so you can come to us as a union, or you can go to the hub and the hub will have that advice, they know what they're doing.
For more information, help or any donations, you can visit www.alcoholchange.co.uk. This is Alex Yuladakis reporting for Solent News.
Over 100 years ago, the Titanic set sail from Southampton. It never reached its destination, but now an Australian company is building the Titanic 2, a replica of the original, which will take exactly the same route.
For more on this, we've got Lucia Fernandez live from the waterfront at Mayflower Park. What more can you tell us, Lucia?
It was here the original Titanic first set sail in 1912. The now iconic ship sank after colliding against an iceberg, with over 1,500 people losing their lives. The company Blue Star Line plans to build an exact replica named Titanic 2 by April 2022. It will carry the same number of passengers and follow the same exact route. However, to ensure history does not repeat itself, the infamous liner will be fitted with additional lifeboats, modern navigation and radar equipment. Tickets to join the inaugural cruise from Southampton to New York may be pricey, up to $1 million. But you'll be able to buy first, second and third tickets, just like in the original.
Thank you, Lucia. That's all from us for today. You can find all our stories and more online.
Head to solentjournalism.co.uk and have a great evening.